Hello, Bobby. Bobby Igor from the Disney Company. This is Grandpa's Cards. This video is in response to the certified letter you sent me yesterday concerned about me botching the names of Disney characters. Well, let me tell you something, Bob. I have secret plans to correct that. You're not going to have to send me a cease and desist. I'm going to send you a cease and desist, telling you to cease and desist from sending me ceases and desists. Got that? But in the meantime, let's talk about a couple things. You said that in this letter, I forget names, and I forget things, and I forget movies. Well, let me tell you something, Bob. I'm so old, sometimes I forget to take my socks off when I take a shower. Do you know what that's like? It's not pleasant. And then you walk out and you leave little wet footprints everywhere. But Bob, in that letter, you got me mad. You crossed the line. You angered me. All because you think I mispronounce. Well, let me tell you something. I do mispronounce names. I do mispronounce some of these characters. I don't know who this is. As far as I'm concerned, that's Olaf after he gained 150 icicles. And who's this? Well, that's a guppy, and that's Sebastian. But Sebastian has 12 middle names. Nobody knows them. Nobody, except Ariel. And finally, these two, they're dogs. I can't remember their names, Bob. You know, you don't want me to treat you like a lady, do you? You want me to treat you like a man? Well, I'm going to tramp all over you. I'll get these names if it kills me. So I'm mad. So I'm going to be ripping some boxes just to show you how bad it can be. These boxes are impossible to say the names correctly. 2 boxes. Two. The first box. European soccer. Who can pronounce those names? There's names with 6 consonants in a row. I don't know what NGTQQN spells. But I'm gonna do it online so you can see how bad I can be. But there's something worse. There's something even worse than this. It's impossible. This next box, nobody can say the names. Nobody. What is it? Oh, Mr. Smarty Pants, I run Disney. I know everything. Well, you don't know this. This set of trading cards is literally impossible to say their names. Or impossible, like not knowing your movies, you're not going to know what teams they're on. You want to know what it is, Bobby? It's the WNBA. WNBA. I don't know their names. Chanel Shaquina, that's a name. How do you spell that? The card's going to be this big. Let me go back further so you can see it. Chanel Shaquina from whatever team. I asked Lisa Leslie. I knew she was the WNBA basketball player because she was 7 feet tall. And I said, Lisa, for $20, name 2 people in the WNBA. She goes, I don't need your money. I said, ha, 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 ha. Andrew Jackson going back into my wallet. She couldn't name them. She was embarrassed. She was. What's that? Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody. Using the code name Nutty Grandpa, you can get 10% discounts on our ink cartridges. You'd save a lot of time, and it prints wonderful. We're going to show you some of that print in a little while. So be sure you use the code name Nutty Grandpa. Thank you. Sorry about that, Bob. I had to take care of a little business. So you sent me this certified letter about mispronouncing things. I'm going to show you again. I'm going to show you how bad it can. Female basketball players. Nobody knows how to say their names, except for Bonnie Goldstein, the one white Jewish 5'3" girl who can dunk. I know how to say her name, but we'll talk about that later. So, Bob, in response, I got to take it over my legal department, and we wrote a very precise and succinct letter to you, telling you how we want to handle this. And so, without further ado, I'm going to read it to you. And it's on official Grandpa Card's letterhead, thereby making it official. You think you scare me with Disney letterhead. I got Grandpa Card's letterhead. It's just as official. So, I'm going to read this letter to you just to show you how mad I am. It's addressed to Bob Igor, the Walt Disney Company, One Goofy Plaza, Orlando, Florida. Dear Bobby, you know, instead of me reading it to you, how about you just read it to yourself? Bite me! Signed, Grandpa. Okay, now what are you going to do? Now what can you do? Like everything else, I have you in my hand. And I'm tough. I was a high school lacrosse player. They called me the Italian stallion. Well, I thought it was Italian stallion. I was 5'5" and 143.5 pounds. And I thought it was Italian stallion, but I found out recently it was Italian scallion. I don't understand what that meant, but I'm sure it was tough, because I was tough. Nobody can handle a stick like me. Now I handle a pen that way. A pen is mightier than the stick. Somebody said that. So, Bob, in a little while, I'm going to rip this box of unnamables. How do I know they're unnamables? Well, I'll just use an example. Pele. What's his last name? Even Pele didn't know his last name when he was alive. You know why? Because it was impossible to spell. Even the card said Pele. It didn't have his last name. Otherwise, the card would have had to be this wide, I'm sure. And we got WNBA. And I've seen those names. And I've said those names. And I botched those names. And this is going to be funny. And I'm going to get you a copy, just so you can see. Then I'm going to work on studying who the hell these people are. And I'm going to come back to you before you send me that cease and desist letter. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to be able to name exactly who they are. So I don't have to treat you like a lady and tramp all over you. I can treat you like a man and just hold your hand. So, Bobby, this is Grandpa saying, thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I scared you. I didn't mean to. But you pissed me off, and I'm half Italian. And that's not a good half. That's a bad half. That's right. I'm a Cusimano on my mother's side, and I speak a little Italian. I can actually say every other word in Italian, because I'm half Italian. So, I'm going to be ripping these boxes a little later, and I'm going to put the videos online. I'm going to send you a link, just so you can see how bad it can be. But I am working on, and I will be able to tell every movie and pronounce every name properly, and because I have a secret, and it's coming. It was supposed to be here today, but Amazon screwed up, and they said they're going to be here tomorrow. I hope it's early so I can do it tomorrow. Otherwise, it has to be Saturday. But I don't care when it is. I'm coming after you, Igor.